non-profit project English Book Review, Course Party Book of Shadows, and Blood Drive are all owned by 5PB and Mages. Please support the official release.
Hello guys, what's really good? This is Satoshi Machida and I'm gonna blow your minds with an awesome book review. I don't read books that much, but this book is recommended by my classmate Ayumi Shinozaki. Since it was recommended by her, I was like, nah, why not? I'ma read it. The title of this book is, the name of this book is Secret. Sounds weird, right? Yep, it is definitely weird. So now, I will let Yoshiki handle the biography of the author.
What's going on, guys? This is Yoshiki Kishinuma and I will interpret and tell you about the one who made this book. So the author of the book, the name of this book is Secret. His name is Pseudonymous Bosch. Pseudonymous Bosch's real name is Raphael Simon.
Raphael Simon?
Yeah, something like that. Okay, back to the topic. He is the author of the book called The Secret series. However, Pseudonymous Bosch doesn't have much background in his story. He is known as an anonymous author. Just imagine a Lebanese snicket with a little touch of Monty Python. Bosch's style plays against the literary fourth wall with sassy footnotes like mixing some truth into a lie, and it's always an effective technique. And it goes like this.
First page. Don't open this book. Second page. I said don't open the book. Third page. Oh wait, you've done it.
Pseudonymous Bosch likes to put a page that has mumbling codes that I cannot understand. Okay, Machida, back to you.
Nicely done, Yoshiki. Oh well, he changed his name into Pseudonymous Bosch, but I think it's just a pen name. Also, Raphael Simon is definitely a good author. I'ma put that on my book list. Snap! Lunch is over. Okay, we'll be back later.
Hi guys, my name is Ayumi. Today, I will introduce you the characters as well as the summary of the story. Cassandra is the 11-year-old female protagonist of the story. She is prepared for any disasters that may occur such as hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods, and always carries with her a backpack filled with survival gears. Thus, the narrator frequently refers to her as a survivalist. Max Ernest is the 11-year-old male protagonist of the story. His parents became kind of divorced shortly after his birth because they couldn't decide whether to name him Max or Ernest. Despite this, they still live in the same house, which they have divided into two sections. Miss Malvis and Dr. L are the two antagonists of the story. They seem to know the cause of death of Pietro and are desperate to find his song, which contains information about the secret. Once they find out Cass and Max Ernest have the notebook, they go to many lengths to take it from them. It is also revealed during the story that Dr. L is Pietro's brother, Luciano, after Cass discovers a birthmark of a crescent moon on the back of his neck that is mentioned earlier in the book. They own the spa called the Midnight Sun, which is run by alchemists whose mission is to search for secrets for everlasting life. Pietro Bergamo is a synthetic magician who was given the Symphony of Smells, a box containing vials of different fragrances from Miss Malvis many years ago. He also wrote the notebook that Cass and Max Ernest found, telling them how close he was with his twin brother Luciano were, and how they joined the circus as magicians. His brother Luciano was soon kidnapped and now is Mrs. Malvis' partner known as Dr. L. Benjamin Blake is a boy who goes to Cass and Max Ernest's school. He won a prize for an art show since he has synesthesia, or the confusion of the senses, and paints in an He was kidnapped by Dr. L and Miss Malvis as they thought his brain would help them find out the information about the secret. Owen is a butler whom Cass meets soon after arriving at the Midnight Sun Spa. When they first meet, he has a strong stutter and appears to be very shy but friendly. Cass and Max Ernest soon discover that Owen is actually a spy of sorts. Gloria Fortune is a probate specialist or a real estate agent for the dead. When people die, she clears out their homes and tries to sell their house. A real estate agent for the deceased named Gloria finds a mysterious box called the Symphony of Smells in a dead magician's house, which she drops off at Cass's grandfather's junk store. Cass takes the Symphony of Smells to school with her the next day. That day, while she investigates the reason for a rat dying in her schoolyard, she meets a boy named Max Ernest, who talks too much, loves jokes, and has divorced parents. Max Ernest tries out one of his jokes on Cass, who tells him that his joke doesn't make sense, thus fostering a conversation between the two. Cass shows Max Ernest the Symphony of Smells, and they decode a message for help hidden inside it. Cass and Max Ernest comes to the decision to visit the dead magician's house to find out why he needed help. Now collaborators, Cass and Max Ernest go to investigate the dead magician's house and find the magician's mysterious journal hidden in his secret study. However, Gloria comes in with a young couple looking for a house, Mrs. Malvis and Dr. L. This couple is looking for the magician's journal, and when they see the kids leaving with the journal, they follow Cass and Max Ernest for hours, uttering threats. However, the kids manage to escape. After reaching home, the kids find a riddle written on the first page of the journal, but the rest of it is empty. Cass solves the riddle on the way to school the next day, discovering that the magician's story is written underneath the double-layered pages of the journal. She and Max Ernest read the story and discover that the magicians Pietro Bergamo and Luciano was stolen by a beautiful blonde woman with a voice like ice when they were children. Pietro and Luciano were synthetic circus performers, meaning that they had a rare condition in which two or more senses intertwined. Pietro believed that the Golden Lady, as he called the beautiful blonde woman, was kidnapping synthetic children for some reason, discovering that a young Chinese violinist with the condition was kidnapped years later by the same woman. After reading, Cass believes that the Golden Lady is Mrs. Malvis, but Max Ernest points out that this is impossible, as the story took place decades ago when she was not even born. Meanwhile, an emergency is taking place at the school. Benjamin Blake has disappeared. Cass believes it was Dr. L and Miss Malvis who took the boy, having seen they were inquiring about Benjamin's art earlier at the school. Cass told the principal, but the principal didn't believe her, so she decided to take action on her own and went to the Midnight Sun to save Benjamin Blake. Cass and Max Ernest had a fight. Soon, Cass decides to pose as one of the Skeleton Sisters and tells the Midnight Spa to come pick her up in a limousine. She is picked up by Daisy and is greeted by Dr. L when she arrives. Cass then meets Owen, a stuttering young man who is to be her butler during the day. After being subject to several spa treatments, Cass goes looking for Benjamin Blake, only to end up in Mrs. Malvis' office, where Mrs. Malvis tells her that there will be a surprise guest coming for dinner. The surprise guest is none other than Max Ernest, who comes to save Cass. Miss Malvis demands to be given the magician's journal, and in the commotion that takes place after she discovers several pages are missing. They were missing for Cass and Max Ernest as well. Her glove slips off, revealing her hand of a woman older than the kids have ever seen before. Cass and Max Ernest realize all of the Midnight Sun members are extremely old, as they are alchemists on a search for the secret which they believe will give them immortality. The kids soon find out that Dr. L is Luciano. Cass and Max Ernest are locked in a room, but Owen reveals himself as a spy and unties the children, asking them to tie him up instead. They go to the pyramid in the center of the spa grounds through a secret underground tunnel in Mrs. Malvis' office and see that Dr. L and Mrs. Malvis are about to remove Benjamin's brain in front of a crowd of hundreds of Midnight Sun members. They throw in scents of bottles from the symphony of smells spelling out help. Dr. L goes mad, believing his brother Pietro Bergamo has come to him. However, as Dr. L begins to run up the pyramid, the children, afraid that he will see them, throw a rope down the hole in the top of the pyramid to climb down. However, the rope catches fire, forcing them to enter the room a different way. The Midnight Sun spa is burnt down by the fire caused by the rope. Cass and Max Ernest manage to save Benjamin and are driven home by Owen. They return home with Owen having accomplished their task. A while later, Gloria drops off more boxes from the magician's house, and at the bottom the kids received useful gadgets from a secret sender named PB.
So there you have it. Thank you, Ayumi, for the support. The book is interesting. Each character has their own stories. Unexpected events occur. And it's just a simple story with some good things in it. Though the book wasn't easy to understand at first, but it does make up a good decent book. Thank you for being with us, and I hope we'll meet again.